Tosa. Race 37 is open and ready for business. If you are in the mood for either ice cream or homemade lemonade, stop by and see the fine folks out here at the racing shop. Again, do not forget that if you are, do not forget that if only $10, we have so many sizes left, and pick up and commemorate 4 drinks, 10 shirt and hat. Again, it's a way to support the FTDM project and 4 drinks, which we bring to you every year.
Need a trainer, Jeff? Number 1.
I've been talking a lot about the F-86 Sabrejet, and these aircraft were adversaries of each other. MiG-15 is a Russian fighter that has been used by many different. First flight of the MiG-15 was on December 30th of 1947, and it was introduced into production in 1949. Currently, it's still in limited service with the Korean People's Army Air Force. However, the primary users were, of course, the Soviet Air Force, the People's Liberation Army Air Force, the Korean People's Army Air Force. Currently, there are over 13,000 of these jets built.
Which we call it. That's kind of how it went down. George Harrison Blue Beatles and Eric Clapton wrote this song together. And George was working on the lyrics and apparently didn't have a great singer. What's that? And George said, you know, that it was brave, but it became an inside joke with that.
asked Ollie to fly it for him. A little information on this aircraft as it's taxiing out. And folks, this is neat because, again, this is the only radio-controlled A-12 that is flying in the United States. And you get to see it right here at Florida Jets 2021. So the A-12, or YF-12A, it was actually built for the CIA. And there it goes. So this aircraft actually was a little faster and a tad bit shorter than the SR-71. The YF-12A or A-12 is an all-titanium fuselage. And again, the CIA needed an aircraft that the Russians could not shoot down. This was prior to having satellites take pictures. We had an aircraft that looked like a big sailplane called the U-2, or the U-2 spy plane. Even though it climbed very high, Russian missiles could still take it out. And so the CIA came to the United States Air Force and said, we need, or to Lockheed and Skunk Works, and said, we need a jet that can outrun missiles and outfly a missile. And they started with this one, which was the A-12. Subsequent models turned into the SR-71 Blackbird that we all know of. This model comes from a company called Ultimate Jets. Ultimate Jets is based and built out of Dubai, as where this aircraft came from. It's 100% carbon fiber. Everything inside except for the tip and the tail is made of carbon fiber. It flies with two JetCat P130 turbine engines, and of course is guided by a power box system. Aircraft's landing gear actually has a hydraulic system because he needed more power to get the gear up in the wheel wells. Very few model airplanes have a hydraulic system. Either the landing gear is either electric or air operated, an air piston, but they actually used a full hydraulic system in the A-12 in order to get the gear up. Coming from right to left again, Ollie Machinchi is expertly flying this beautiful Ultimate Jets A-12. Just so there's no confusion, I just want to make sure everybody understands the SR-71 looking aircraft. It's actually the A-12, this long one right here, the silver one coming in from right to left, is the only one in the United States that's flying. In fact, the only other version is the SR-71, and it's flying, but this is the only one. So there's only two of these flying in the world, but this is the only A-12. The other one is actually the SR-71. Coming in for a landing, brings the power back. How about a round of applause for that beautiful A-12? Only one in the world flying, and we have it right. Now, folks, here at 2 o'clock, in about an hour, we're going to do that little drawing for this little airplane. You had a ticket that you had when you came in, that they gave you a little red ticket, a 2-part ticket. You need to cut it in half and put one part of that ticket in the bucket here at the announcer booth. And we're going to draw a random drawing for that airplane. It's a little trainer, and it comes with everything you need to fly. And we will be doing that at 2 o'clock. So make sure that if you haven't done so, put that ticket here in this little bucket so you can be in a chance for the drawing for a little trainer aircraft. Well, folks, we have got some amazing aircraft set up for you here in the next hour. One of our very own. Our very own. Had a little runway incursion here, but everything's okay. We're going to taxi the F-18 back. Again, the communication is absolutely paramount, and this is why we have, if you notice, the folks wearing the yellow shirts that have the boards up, you can see the green board, of course, means go, and that means that that pilot is taking off from right to left is that twin turbine F4 Phantom from Skymaster Jets, powered with 2 P100 turbines. From right to left, we have our beautiful F-16 Fighting Falcon, and just below him with the smoke on, Captain Rob. Basically, just how it sounds, it is a model of a full-scale or real jet, and so they are scaled down to different sizes. So you might hear people say quarter scale or third scale, and what that basically means is if a jet is a quarter scale jet, that means it's 1/4 the size of the real jet. So if you see a quarter scale jet, or somebody says this jet is quarter scale or third scale, let's say, if you were to increase that jet size 3 or 4 times, you would have the size of the real one. So with the scale airplanes you see, and I see an Su-30 out here, I also see an F-86, an F-18. Those are scale jets. They're real airplanes. The other jets that you see out here with the really cool color schemes, it looks like maybe something a race car would have, those are sport jets. They do not replicate any real airplane, but they are designed for just that, for sport. A lot of the factories that fly these or that have these sport jets, you can actually buy the jet and color any paint scheme the factory will do for you. They have several what's called factory colors, but the color choice is absolutely endless. Now, for those of you who just got here or haven't been here very long, you're in for a real treat. Our good friend Henry Castellanos has got a beautiful SU Sukhoi 30. It's the twin-engine Russian jet right here at Show Center. He has 2 turbines in this thing, and he also has what's called vectoring thrust, and that means the actual thrust tubes move simultaneously and separately. And when you see some of the aerobatic maneuvers that Henry does with this airplane, it is absolutely amazing. So you have your camera. Make sure you have those cameras on your cell phones ready, because here in a little bit he's going to take off and he will put this airplane through its paces. And the cool thing about this airplane is the real SU-30 can do those same crazy maneuvers. So I know he's waiting here just to get a little bit more open airspace, and he'll be starting up shortly. Aircraft just landing right now is a beautiful F-16. And this is in the Rebel Pro. The Rebel Pro has a 2.6 meter or 102-inch wingspan. Next one below that is usually the standard size we call, and that's the Classic 2. The Rebel Classic 2 at 78 inches. And the smallest of the Rebel series is the Rebel Hot, 1.5 meter at 60 inches. Rob Lynch just came down for a beautiful touchdown on that beautiful L-39, and that's also provided by Bob Violet Models as the PND series, or the Go Fly Gold. At Show Center, doing slow rolls, is our Rebel Max from Karf Models. And again, if you're interested in learning more about the Karf Models line of sport jets, as well as the Rebel series, please stop by and take a look and talk to the great guys there at Comparf, or Karf Models, C-A-R-F. And it used to be named Composite ARF, but they changed the name to Karf Models to shorten it. They have a line of aircraft from piston-driven World War II airplanes all the way through to scale jets, and what's showing today are their sport jets. Karf Model team pilots are in bright orange today, wearing a gray hat. And of course, if you go to the left side of the field, you will see them in the Karf Model airplanes. Feel free to stop by and say hi to the nice team there, and they'd be happy to talk to you. So we have been seeing a lot of F-86 Sabre jets because they fly good. In fact, if you look at the flight line, you're going to see two of them. One is a bright orange F-86.